We'll move on to our next presentation, who will be Shannon Teal, our Senior Aboriginal Health Project Officer, and she's going to talk to us about candidate support available for Aboriginal applicants. Thanks, Shannon.
Thanks, everyone, and thanks, Mel. My presentation today will be talking about the Aboriginal candidate care component of Grad Connect. I did do an acknowledgement earlier, but I would like to again acknowledge the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nations on whose land I'm joining from today, and all Aboriginal people from the many different traditional lands and language groups, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Aboriginal Australians and non-Indigenous Australians for their contribution to the health, wellbeing and education of all people in WA. So what is Grad Connect? So Grad Connect obviously is a centralised interview recruitment process and offers access to a wide range of employment opportunities in all participating private, public and aged care health providers. It enables exposure to a variety of clinical settings and helps to further develop critical skills and judgment. While undertaking the graduate process isn't mandatory for initial or ongoing employment, it is very positive and supportive start to your career, so definitely worthwhile considering. There's a lot of information in the presentation earlier provided by Lauren, but just touch base briefly on some of those components. So what's new? So Grad Connect is transitioning from a biannual process to an annual process in 2024. So applications will open in March and close in April, so you'll have a little over 2 weeks to complete your applications. It's a great idea to get a head start. So within the presentation, there will be a QR code that Aboriginal applicants can go and register for candidate care and support, and I'll be providing that support to you throughout the whole entire process. But really don't want to leave it till the last minute, so you want to get a bit of a head start, and that's what I'm here for. The other thing that's new is our Grad Connect handbook. I know that's been spoken about a couple of times again throughout this presentations. The handbook has been designed to provide essential information and will be referred to throughout Grad Connect, throughout the Aboriginal applicant support process, and will be available on our website before the end of the year. So supporting Aboriginal applicants. So they're encouraged obviously to register for our candidate care and support if as soon as you're ready for it, as soon as you're available for it. So information, support sessions will be advised, whether they're virtual or in person. The sessions will provide an opportunity to ask any questions, get feedback, understand what to expect, what the process is for Grad Connect, any sort of timelines, information, anything that I can sort of help with. The Aboriginal applicants will sort of go to my next one. So again, it'll be provided, assistance will be provided and support will be provided in selecting and applying throughout your interview, what to be prepared for during the application. Guidance can be provided on the different sites, finding the right fit for you, what you sort of want to do, with your career, and that kind of thing. So our eligibility criteria, I won't sort of go too in depth, but to be eligible for registration, the Nursing and Midwifery Board. So please be mindful that the recruitment team will want to have a look at this. Want you to be registered at least 2 weeks before your commencement date. To be an Aboriginal, to be an Australian citizen. Won't go into that any further. Completing your nursing or midwifery studies after the 1st of January. And not have completed or participated in a graduate program in the same designation. So ENs can obviously register and participate and apply for a position as a registered nurse, midwife, registered nurses, register for midwifery. but you can't stay in a graduate program from a designation that you've already applied for previously. So applications, so you will need to provide 2 references, and it's highly recommended that one of those references is a clinical supervisor, so somebody that you've worked with, somebody that can speak to the work that you've done, the roles that you've done clinically. The second one is identification, so making sure you've got proof of citizenship, immunisation, and obviously your CV for our midwifery graduates. Some dates. So it's important that each participating health service will have their own internal processes and intakes. So an intake is defined by your program. So it will depend on obviously the graduation, your registration, those kinds of things. And the number of intakes will vary from each health service as well. So some health services might have 1 intake per year, other health services might have 4 intakes per year. And that means that you could enter in the first intake, you might enter in the second intake, and so on and so forth. So round 1 will be your first preference round. So you'll have an opportunity to 2 preferences. So this will be your first round. It'll start on the 15th of March and will close in April. So you have a little over 2 weeks to complete your applications. Interviews will likely be conducted from the 4th of April to about the 14th. And can you see that? Yeah. 14th of May. And by the 15th of
Hey, apologies for that. It looks like Shannon's video has dropped off momentarily. I just want to, while we're waiting to see if we can get Shannon back online to finish her presentation, once again, thank you very much to East Metro Health Service and WA Country Health Service for sharing their graduate program information with us. There's so much variety, and I don't envy you your choice in deciding what graduate program will be right for you. There's certainly a lot of exciting opportunities out there available to you. Also, just a reminder that this is a first-time event for us, and we would love to hear your feedback on this virtual forum. So there will be a QR code available. It's up on your screen now. And it's also available, I believe, in the general chat feed. If you could please scan the QR code and complete the survey, that would be greatly appreciated. It will help us to make improvements for future events. The next breakout session is due at 1:30 and will go till 2:30 when we will resume the remaining presentations. I'll just wait one moment and see. Marty, do you know if it looks like Shannon's going to be able to complete her presentation? I'm sorry, it looks like we've lost Shannon, and we will have to make that presentation available as a slide pack online once the forum has been completed. So for now, we will leave the presentation mode and invite everyone to come and network and ask your questions on all the different floors. Oh, is that Shannon now?
Here she comes back.
Still loading. Can you hear me, Mel?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I think you might have dropped out again. I can see a little warning symbol.
No,
I can't.
I think you're there. It's just very low internet. So you're back on?
Okay.
I'll let you finish your presentation. Thanks, Shannon.
Technical difficulties for the day. I apologise, everybody. I wonder if that's come up. Yeah. So second, I'm not sure where you've heard up to, but essentially second round will commence the 28th of May and run through until the 20th of June, where it's conducted. They'll end on the 21st. Offers will be made. And then once that process has been completed, applicants can enter a pool in which where they'll be able to be picked up by one of the health services right up until February 25. Yeah, got that one in there. So employment information. So opportunities are offered across metro and regional areas at each of the health services that are participating, and they have, obviously, as I said, their own unique graduate programs meeting different timeframes, clinical rotations, that kind of thing. The presentations you'll see today are great because they'll give you a bit of insight into what you can expect from the different health services. And then my role will be to support you in making the decision that's going to be the best fit for you, for finding work-life balance, and what you want to pursue throughout your career. You again have the option to select two preferences, so your first preference and second preference. It will not increase your chances in gaining employment at any health service if you select the same preference for both for both of your preferences. So really have a think about it, do a bit of research, where you sort of want to see yourself, or what sort of services you're interested in. That way, you'll be able to make the right decision. And it is quite competitive, so just be mindful that some of the areas, perioperative placements and things like that, as mentioned in the previous presentation, will vary in terms of when they have how many placements, where they are, and those kinds of things. So it's important to make the right decision. So what to consider. So if you're an Aboriginal graduate nurse or midwife and you're looking to sort of enter into the Grad Connect process, essentially we'll offer helping you prepare your best application, supporting you in selecting the right fit for you, selection criteria, information, support, guidance. I can direct you anywhere else that might be able to help, and also preparing for your interviews. So it's all done in a way in which we're, it's culturally safe, culturally appropriate. You can reach out to me at any time if there's any questions or anything that I can sort of help with. That's available for you. And finally, this is me. So if you have any questions, or if there's anything that I could help you with, if you'd like to register for our Grad Connect, that would be great. Candidate care support. I will be available on floor 1 on table 10 if there's any questions, but I'll go through these. Oh no, these are for me. Excellent.
Thanks so much, Shannon. We'd like to invite you now, if you've got any questions for Shannon, feel free to pop them in the chat.
There is a question here around proof of Aboriginality. You don't need to have proof of Aboriginality throughout the to apply for Grad Connect. Essentially, there'll be an option for you to select whether you're Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, or Torres Strait Islander. So you'll be able to sort of let us know where you stand, and we can sort of I can reach out to you in that way. If you do register for the candidate care and support, then we'll sort of have further conversations from there, and I'll be able to provide you with assistance and support. So, yeah. Don't know that there are any other questions.
Right, it doesn't look like there's any more questions there.
Wonderful, easy.
Oh, there's one just popped in now.
So thanks for the question, Jo. So essentially what it will be, it'll be supporting Aboriginal applicants for sort of any questions that they have around our Grad Connect process. So obviously we're moving to an annual process now. So if there's any questions around dates and times of graduating, if they require support, if they need assistance with addressing the selection criteria or eligibility criteria, if there's, they want assistance with selecting their preferred site. So, a site that they think, oh yeah, I want to maybe go here because it's close to home, but I prefer this Grad Connect program, working with them to really make the right decisions and helping them prepare for interview processes, that kind of thing. So it's really around just providing and bolstering that support for Aboriginal applicants.
There was also a question about how they can access that support and how to contact you. So Shannon's details are up on the slide now, and you can feel free to email her.
Thank you, Mel.
Otherwise, there'll be information in the Grad Connect handbook that will be published on our website before the end of the year.
Awesome. Thanks, Mel.
Thanks so much, Shannon, for your time today. And thank you, everyone. Again, just a reminder to complete that feedback survey. The QR code link is up on your screen now. We will now just have a brief break, and we will meet you for the breakout session from 1:30 till 2:30. And after the breakout session, we'll be hearing from South Metropolitan Health Service. Thank you, everyone.